Welcome in humans, how's it going? And Omega's back. We got some news and some not so good news. The good news is we had a 3-day weekend. I actually got to unwind, spend some family time. Hopefully you guys did as well. But the bad news is I got to check out Lilo and Stitch 2025. If you're just here for my little idea on that movie, TODR, it's about a C. I hate to see this argument come back and back again, but kids definitely deserve better movies. Let's not beat around the bush. This movie's probably gonna break a buttload of money because it came out during a holiday weekend. And myself included, I think a lot of people like Stitch. That he's just an adorable little bastard. So, with that being said, it's about a C movie, pretty mid, surprisingly watchable compared to the rest of the remakes. So, not really an accomplishment to say that this is the best colored poop in the world, but let's just get to it now, shall we? So the movie overall honestly just feels like a complete downgrade. I know I just said a few seconds ago that it's watchable, there's some laughs, but if I just have to be honest, I think the best character in this entire movie is actually Lilo. The kid actor that they got for her, she's pretty good. She's pretty fun. And in some parts, even Nani's actor is in the same way. Except there's a bigger flaw with her as a whole, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yes, they work together really well, they're fun to watch, they have their back and forth. But straight up, I think Lilo just made the movie. Like she had it. Whenever we saw anybody else, I'm gonna be just honest with you. As a bot, I felt like I was watching other bots in the movie. A good example is how when Nani has her moments, we get to see her crash out, if you will, a few times, except she doesn't really crash out. It's her getting the consequences of Leo and Stitch and their mishaps, Jumba and Pleakley trying to get to them, which, by the way, they changed their story as well, I guess, because Gontu isn't there anymore, so that's that. Yes, he's gone entirely from the movie. But the way they got to rewrite Nani didn't feel right at all, because you can go back and watch the original movie and you feel for her. She has growth throughout the entire film with Lilo, where they're trying to not kill each other, but they love each other and they have to work together to be a family. But in this movie, she's like honestly like a single mom, and they kind of, it's like they try to girl boss her, but not really, because whenever there's fighting, whenever she's losing her job, they're all lost because of Stitch, because of Lilo and whatever they were doing. And Nani just can't do anything wrong almost. Hell, she even gets a surf instructor job, and she already knows how to do perfect surfing. I mean, okay, yeah, no, it makes sense because they're in Hawaii, but really? And I know, fine humans, I know, you're like, Omega, I think you're being a little bit dumb, my guy. It's Nani. Okay, yes, but to get into spoilers, because spoilers, by the end of the movie, one of the big points that really gets to me, and I just didn't believe this character anymore, when the child services are there to take away Lilo, you're supposed to see this sadness. You're supposed to see her honestly be broken. She never conveyed it enough to me. It wasn't believable. I didn't see her cry. Hell, even the scene that, is supposed to make that part hit hard, where in the original movie she's playing the ukulele and they have their little moments. They do this here too. She's playing the little ukulele and she's singing, but it doesn't have any feeling. It's so weird. Like they really took the soul out of this movie. And Nani just feels like a strong mom, a big strong mom. But that kind of defeats her whole purpose from the original movie, where it's about Ohana. They're supposed to be together. They're supposed to have their cracks and be faulty, and they're human. And even to make it more obvious is that when we get to the ending of the final act and Stitch gives his life to save Lilo, Nani goes back to save Stitch. She can't pick him up because he's heavy, and they go back to a flashback where they show Nani's parents, their parents, do this sort of Hawaiian training, because she was a fantastic surfer. So she picks up Stitch and walks the entire seabed up to the shore to save Stitch. Like, what? Like, you're just gonna David Goggins this shit?
I'm gonna go knock that shit out.
I am not completely like wow, she is a girl boss. Oh my god, like what? A perfect woman with no problems except she cares too much. And whenever there are problems, it's everybody else's problems that get thrown onto her. Am I reading too much into this? I don't know. Maybe I am. The way they did Nani doesn't feel right. And to make it worse, they kind of ruined the whole point of Ohana. You know, the whole Ohana means family, family doesn't get left behind. There's a whole scene where she says, that's garbage. Ohana means not that anymore. Ohana means you have to be in reality. It's not real. That's just something mom and dad used to say, and it's garbage. Like, you just spit on the original movie.
Keeping this thing.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind
Or forgotten.
I hope you know that. Like, that was a whole point of subtlety, of giving you a family is more important than all these things. You're just gonna do that, Disney? Seriously? Alright, how can this get any worse? Oh, let me tell you. Remember Jumba and Prickly? Yeah, they're just goobers. And not in a good way. Prickly is just Prickly, except dialed up to 11, so it gets annoying really fast. He's okay in dosages, but not in this movie. And to make it a little bit worse, the mad scientist Jumba, he's just an asshole. He doesn't have that little wit and charm from the original movie. Yeah, they make him a bit witty in this one, but he's more evil. And because they needed a new big bad guy, because Bubbles is kind of a background character, which we'll get there, Jumba is basically a complete douchebag. Like, he's just unlikable. And I don't know what was the idea behind that, because unless they didn't watch Leo and Stitch, the original movie, we see him go from a maniacal madman to derping around with Stitch and Lilo to even saying, okay, yeah, I guess we're partners now. And did we forget the scene? Like, what are you gonna do to convince me? And he goes, eh. And he just goes, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll work with you guys. Like, what? Like,
Hey, Gamburger Gabbly.
What? After all you put me through, you expect me to help you just like that? Just like that? Fine.
Fine? You're doing what he says.
He's very persuasive.
Persuasive?
God, the original movie was so good. Yeah, he's the new bad guy. He doesn't get a redemption arc. He gets arrested and imprisoned because he's a evil scientist. And Prickly stays with them now to serve out Stitch's sentence, just like the original, except it's just Prickly now. I guess. So you just ruined Jumba. Prickly is annoying, and I don't know if people really like him. And then we get to the other crux of this movie, which, and by the way, if you like this movie, tell me why. Please and thank you. And last but not least, we have David and Mr. Bubbles. What the heck just happened? David went from being I guess you could say the derpy cool guy, having a crush on Nani, trying to impress her and taking care of Lilo, to just being a wuss. He's kind of the dumb jock in this movie, which it's funny, but he's already a pre-existing character and he's just kind of thrown in the background. Like, he's shushed on every other thing. He doesn't have a real moment to shine. He's not courageous or anything. He's just lame. Like, they just took his nuts. I don't understand what the point of this was. Like, okay, this slightly attractive guy is lame and brain dead, I guess, because he has to be. You can't have a competent man in this movie. Is that still a thing in Hollywood? And the reason why I say that is because he feels basically emasculated, and then Mr. Bubbles, in the same vein, he's also emasculated. He's just there. No presence, nothing whatsoever, nothing compared to Vince Vaughn's Bubbles from the movie, where I know animated, but even with his voice, the demeanor, the way they wrote his character in that first one, Bubbles felt like a second bad guy, a third bad guy. So yeah, going from that to this, and he even takes orders from an old lady. Like, okay, I guess Mr. Bubbles, you're just a nobody, you're just an NPC now. And one thing that really bugged me was in the finale, where I think, if I remember, where Bubbles talks to the alien giving the sentencing, where she's there giving her speech, where Stitch is gonna stay here now because she said so, and they have a conversation. And I was like, oh hey, I remember you. You look similar, and they have this little conversation of like the past, and it's kind of, you know, like, okay, so they know each other and they're frenemies, I think. But you know, you could see that she has some respect towards him, and he just looks at her. Okay, cool. In this one, they kind of do that, except there's no real banter, and she just looks down on him. Is he just gonna be is that supposed to be a joke? Am I reading too much into that? Like, is he just gonna be another NPC now, like almost everybody else in this movie? Yeah, he's not threatening. He's not really part of the child services. He basically is a stand-in for child services almost, but you just don't have that feeling with him anymore. That presence, it's gone. I know I said the movie was about a C, but it's hard to not miss these character changes. Jumba is an evil bad guy. Bubbles is just there with just being there. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, he's just there. Nothing to him. He's empty. David, same thing. He's just a wuss of a character of what he used to be. Like, okay, Nani, apparently she's too girl boss to fail, and she even gets to go to college and teleport back to see Lilo because she has that gun now, I guess, with Stitch. I don't know, man. It's like they just took the movie, cash grabbed the heck out of it, and said, here you go, guys, watch this movie because it makes you go brr. Which I think everybody can use that. Everybody deserves to get a break from reality, but it used to matter. Like, you can go right now, ignore what I just said in these last couple minutes, watch the original Lilo and Stitch, and then you'll probably watch the next movie or two, and then watch probably the series because they had a good series, and everything was enjoyable, everything was fun, you learned something, you get to appreciate your family, your loved ones, and you might shed a tear. In this movie, none of that happens. And I know I'm just a little robot telling you what I felt in watching this movie, but it's hard to ignore that. I think even giving it a C is a bad grade because I think it's too high. It's probably just gonna be a C or D tops. This movie definitely is a complete downgrade. Doesn't have a message. Is honestly brain slot because halfway through it is boring. Yes, it makes me laugh in some scenes, but making you laugh does not equate to a good movie. And seeing how these characters haven't changed so much, they're not my characters. They're not my Prickly, this isn't my Jumba, this isn't anybody except probably Stitch. Stitch was Stitch, and you can't really argue that. And Lilo. But everybody else just didn't feel right. Now, can you love this movie? Of course. As for me, I'm still in the same ballpark of kids deserve better movies. And honestly, I think we all deserve better movies. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think and feel. Did I kind of dwell too much into it? But that's it. I'm done. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and I'll see you.